Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to our KW Malaysia Weeklies Winning Mondays. How many of you are excited that now you can travel interstate? If you're excited, please press 5. How many of you are excited to travel interstate right now? Right. So one of the first few places that you want to travel, let's just start the ball rolling this morning. Where is that place that you want to travel outside of Kuala Lumpur, outside of Klang Valley right now? Kuantan. Okay, who else? Help me, Kuantan. Awesome. Genting. Okay, Joanne want to go and roll some dice. Awesome. Okay, what else? Who else wants to go somewhere outside? Ipoh. Okay, what else? Malacca. Right, what else? Anyone else? Where you are heading? Anyone wants to travel international? Johor. Because now you're allowed to travel international without any pass, right? You just have to come back and quarantine for, I think, the 10 or 14 days at home. Where would you want to travel overseas? By the way, you have to check the countries that you are traveling. You need to go through the test and all that, but you need to check the country that you're traveling to. Not all countries accept visitors right now. I checked yesterday, Japan does not accept visitor yet at the moment. So you can't go to Japan. I think you can go to UK, some parts of Europe, you can go to the US. Yeah. Amsterdam. Okay, who else? Who wants to go to outside of Malaysia? What is that place that you want to go? Iceland. Oh, I didn't check. I'm not sure. Singapore. Right. What else? Not sure if Singapore is open yet. I didn't check. Bangkok, New Zealand. Right. So do check some of the countries that you're planning to go. Honolulu, Walao, Fauzi. Not bad. I have no idea what is IP Mania. I don't know where is that. Right, Tasmania. I think you're talking about Tasmania, right? I hope that's Tasmania, Australia. I'm not sure if Australia is open yet at this point in time. There are many countries that has not opened their borders yet. And I think even they've opened, there are certain limitation of what countries that you can come from to enter that country. I know in Malaysia, definitely, we have not opened for foreigners to come into our countries yet. Yeah, Tulip Mania is on right now. I have no idea what that is, but okay. Right, good. Today, I want to talk a little bit about teamwork. I want to talk a little bit about how collaboration and what is it like to build a successful team. And I think there are certain criteria or certain a component in a recipe to create good teamwork. And I thought I want to play this short video clip by Simon Sinek, one of our thought leaders in this time, in this generation, one of the top leaders that is relevant, I think relevant in this generation in the area of leadership and teamwork. And for some of us here today who might be building teams or who are going to be part of a team, right? Or who wants to be part of a team or who wants to have teamwork with each other and collaborate with each other, I think we need to understand some of these key components. So I thought I played this short 9 to 10 minutes video for him to kind of describe in the area of trust for teamwork, right? So I would have asked Marcus if we could play that video right now.
Trusting teams. I went on a business trip to Las Vegas, and they put me up at the Four Seasons out there, which is a beautiful hotel. And one of the reasons it's a wonderful hotel is not because of the fancy beds. Any hotel can buy a fancy bed. The reason the Four Seasons is a fantastic hotel is because of the people who work there. That when you roam the halls and somebody says hello, you get the distinct feeling that they wanted to say hello, not that they were told to say hello. We're highly tuned social animals. We can tell the difference. It's like we can always tell when someone's working on commission, right? You can kind of feel it, right? We can tell the difference when somebody's genuinely being friendly or not. They happen to have a coffee bar in the lobby there at the Four Seasons in Las Vegas, and one afternoon I went and bought myself a cup of coffee. And there was a barista working that day named Noah. Noah was funny and engaging, charming. I spent far too long standing there buying my cup of coffee because I just so enjoyed talking to Noah. So, as is my nature, I asked Noah a question. I said, "Do you like your job?" And without skipping a beat, Noah said, "I love my job." Now, in my line of business, that's significant because like is rational. I like the people I work with, I like the job, I like the challenge, I get paid well, I like my job. Love is emotional. It's a higher order connection. Do you love your wife? I like her a lot, right? There's a difference. Noah said, I love my job. My ears perked up. He has an emotional connection to this company. This is interesting. So I immediately follow up and I said, tell me specifically what the Four Seasons is doing that you would say to me you love your job. Without skipping a beat, Noah said that throughout the day, managers will walk past him and ask him how he's doing, ask him if there's anything that he needs to do his job better. Not just his manager, any manager. And then he also said, I also work at Caesar's Palace. And there, the managers walk past us and catch us when we're doing things wrong and make sure that we're making the numbers and performing. And there I like to just keep my head below the radar and get through the day and collect my paycheck. He said, only at the Four Seasons do I feel I can be myself. This is the exact same human being. And yet the customer service experience that we would have meeting him at one hotel or the other will be profoundly different, not because of the person, but because of the leaders, because of the leadership environment in which he's been asked to work. I get this question all the time. Simon, how do we get the most out of our people? They're not a towel. We don't wring them out to see how much we can get out of our people. It's a flawed question, which means we're going to get flawed answers. The correct question is, how do we create an environment in which our people can work at their natural best? And the answers will be profoundly different. If you do not have trusting teams, what you do have is a group of people who show up to work every single day lying, hiding, and faking. Remember, a trusting team is when people feel safe. It's a trusting team is when people feel they can be vulnerable amongst their own. They can raise their hand and say, I made a mistake. Or you've promoted me to a position where I don't really know what to do. I think I need more training. Or I'm having troubles at home and it's affecting my work. Or I'm scared. Or I need help. Without any fear of humiliation, without any fear of retribution. In fact, they say these things with confidence that their leader, their boss, their colleagues will rush to them to support them. If you do not have trusting teams, what you have is a group of people who show up to work every day who will hide mistakes for fear of getting in trouble. They will not admit that you promoted them to a position and they actually have no clue what they're doing. They're going to just keep faking it. They would never tell you that they're suffering undue stress because of something that's happening at home and that it's affecting their work. They're not going to tell you that they're scared, and they're definitely not going to ask for help for fear that they'll find themselves on some short list for the next round of redundancies. And eventually, cracks will show up, and eventually the organization will break. Not because of the people, but because of the leaders leading those people. We know what this looks like in the extreme. I'm sure you all remember a couple of years ago, United Airlines had an incident where they dragged a paying customer off their aircraft with a broken nose, broken teeth, and a concussion. I feel sorry for every single member of that crew because 100% of them knew that that was the wrong thing to do, but none of them spoke up. None of them intervened because they feared getting in trouble more than doing the right thing. They did not work on trusting teams. This was not an anomaly. This was a steady build over the course of years that eventually culminated in an event like that. I was witness to a scene that played out years before with United Airlines that gave a flag that something was wrong. A scene played out in front of me as I was preparing to board a plane where one of the passengers attempted to board the aircraft before their group number was called, which, as you all know, is a serious crime. And that is exactly how the gate agent treated this passenger. "Step aside, sir. I haven't called your group yet. Please step aside and wait till I call your group," is how she talked to a paying customer. And so I spoke up. I said, "Why do you have to talk to us that way? Why can't you talk to us like we're human beings?" And she looked me in the eye and said, "Sir, if I don't follow the rules, I could get in trouble or lose my job." What she revealed to me is that she does not feel safe in her own organization. Her leaders do not trust her to do the job for which she's been trained to do. And guess who suffers? Company, customer, and her. The reason we love flying Virgin Atlantic, for example, is not because they have some magical formula to hire all the best people. It's because the people who work there feel safe in their own jobs. They feel trusted to do the job for which they've been trained to do. And guess who benefits? Customer, company, and the people who work there. It is a leader's responsibility to set an environment. Leadership is not about being in charge. Leadership is about taking care of those in your charge. Leaders are not responsible for the results. They're responsible for the people who are responsible for the results. And if you get the environment right, you get people like Noah. If you get the environment wrong, you get people like Noah. It's not the people, it's the leaders. Almost always when there are performance issues, almost always when there are customer service issues, it's so rarely the people. Yes, we have anomalies, of course. But if on balance you find that there's issues, it's almost always the leadership and the leadership environment, and usually it's the lack of trusting teams. The job of leadership is to create trusting teams, and if you want to play in the infinite game, you must have trusting teams. One of the worst things about trusting teams is how you build them, because they're not traditional in the sense that we set a target, we're going to build our teams of trust, and we set out to build them. It's more of a practice. It's like getting into shape. It's like going to the gym. Yes, you want to get into shape. Unfortunately, you can't go to the gym for 9 hours and get into shape. It won't work. But if you commit yourself to go to the gym every single day for 20 minutes, 100% you'll get into shape. Simon, how long is it going to take me to get into shape? I don't know. And that's the problem. Some will respond quickly and some will respond slowly, and there is no formula, but we all 100% know that the process works. We 100% know that if you work out every single day for 20 minutes and eat healthily, 100% of us will get into shape. It's the same in leadership. There's no 5 magical things that I can tell you to do. There's no one-day course you can go take or one offsite you can have with your team and all of a sudden they become trusting teams. Yes, those things are important, but they're part of a process that we trust in. That process is called leadership. Leadership is a lifestyle. And even when you achieve your goal, even when you get into shape, even when the trusting teams are built, unfortunately, you have to keep going to the gym for the rest of your life. It's a lifestyle. Leadership is a lifestyle. And the purpose of that lifestyle is to produce teams who take care of each other, who love each other, and feel valued and valuable in the organization where they work. That is your job.
Right. So Simon Sinek is one of my favorite authors. He wrote a book called The Infinite Game. And this was an excerpt I think he took up to just kind of explain to us about teamwork and what teamwork is all about. What are some of the things that you got, you take away from that short excerpt that Simon Sinek just talked about trusting teams? Leadership is a lifestyle. Absolutely, yes. Leadership is a lifestyle. What else? What are some of the ahas you took away from that conversation just now? Anyone? Anyone else? Thank you for sharing, SL. What else? Support, right? What else? Right. Keep on the chat box here right now. Keep the chat box active so that everyone is learning something that they may not have heard in that conversation. Empowerment, yeah. I want to talk about 3 key things if you want to be part of a team or try to be part of a team or try to build a team or try to be in a team. There are 3 key things. And I think the number 1 thing is trust. I think the number 1 thing is trust is very critical. And then to trust each other, right, then comes to the second component, which is managing expectations. Having the right expectations in a team or having the right expectation in a relationship, it's very important. I see so many partnership, relationship businesses fail because of expectations that are not clear. And it's never about right or wrong. It's about expectations, right? It's the expectations that is necessary for everyone to be clear. And that itself is a skill. And the third thing is the lifestyle of caring for people. I think in order for us to be part of a team, to develop a partnership, we must truly care for each other, to want to see each other progress in where we want to go together as a team. So I thought that the 3 key things was something that I kind of grasp and understand in that short conversation. Number 1 is trust. Trust is absolutely something that we must give. You know, I always argue with a lot of agents that if you don't learn to trust someone that you don't know, then you won't learn to trust someone that you know. So it's all about trusting, right? It's all about trusting people. Number two is the expectation. Are we having clear expectation or communicating better expectations with one another about what we want to achieve from this partnership or this working relationship, right? And the third thing is, do we have a lifestyle of caring for each other? That we really want the best for everyone. We truly want to develop a win-win or no-deal situation. So I thought to bring some perspective to this conversation today, I have two guests from Market Center 2. Joining me today is Vivien Lee, right? And also Azzreiyn. Are you guys there? Right, Vivien Lee and Azzreiyn. And I think they were selected.
Yes, we are here.
Hi, how are you? Azzreiyn, are you there? So can someone please highlight Azzreiyn, please? There you go, awesome. Three of them in the yeah, there you go, thank you. So Vivien and Azzreiyn they are from Market Center 2. Vivien is a productivity coach as well. Azzreiyn is part of the team where it's called an ACE team, where they are working very closely in their project. So maybe Vivien, you want to just kind of introduce yourself a little bit, and then Azzreiyn can follow up by introducing yourself.
Okay, thank you, John. Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Vivien. I'm from MC2. So I've been in this industry for 10 years, and I joined Refuel family since 9 years ago.
Right. How about you, Azzreiyn? Perkenalkan sendiri.
Alright, okay. Hi, saya good morning. Saya Azzreiyn. Saya dari MC2. Tahun ni merupakan tahun ketiga saya join Refill. Refill company pertama yang I join dalam real estate.
Okay, thank you for sharing. Azzreiyn, maybe I want to stay with you for a while. Share with us your production in 2021. How is your business like in 2021?
Okay, 2021 actually tahun ni agak mencabar sebenarnya. Actually, I dapat buat dalam 6 transaction saja, lebih kurang dalam 6.5 million saja. Banding dengan tahun sebelum ni, I dapat buat dalam dalam 26 transaction, I dapat dalam 30.5 million. Sebab tahun ni actually sebab I kena ambil langkah yang lebih berhati-hati sebab I ada anak kecil 2 orang. So bawah 5 tahun. So tapi apa pun I still rasa bersyukur tahun sebelum ni I dah dapat buat dengan baik tahun-tahun sebelum ni.
So tahun sebelum ini, let me repeat it's about 30 million 30 million sales Yang itu tahun kedua dalam bidang harta tanah.
Yeah.
Well, second year she was doing 31 million. In the third year, this year is because of the current COVID situation. She finds that she has to take certain precautionary measures in order for her to take care of her family as well, which I think is important. Vivien, how about you? How's your business so far in 2021?
My this year production actually I haven't achieved my yearly goal yet. So my yearly GPS I set for myself yearly is about 50 million GTV. So that for this year I only achieved 25.5 million. That means only 22 SPA sign and stamp. That means if compared to my goal, I only achieve half.
Right.
Achieve half.
Right. So you got 3 more months to go to get the other half, right? The market is happening right now.
Yeah, but market is hot out there. But for last year, actually, I achieved more than 10%, so that I will cover for this year. And then I still work on that. Try my best to do it.
Right. Awesome. So our guests here today, I want to set the tone correctly. That both of them, if you can hear their testimony and their sharing just now, that they are achieving at a certain level, right? We are talking about 20-30 million kind of level that they're achieving in their businesses. And that's the kind of perspective I want to give everyone in this call here, just so that you all understand where their business are coming from. Vivien, you recently closed a deal together with Azzreiyn, I think during the MCO. Tell us what happened. Tell us what are some of the things that happened during the MCO that helped you to close those transactions, Vivien. And I'll come to Azzreiyn later to share as well.
Okay. This we closed this buyer is a Datuk buyer because we got one project in Alam Impian. So that actually Wing my partner for Esteem, the owner, so that he normally will do the lead gen, and then we got this lead and we got someone to help us to call, because we're hiring someone to call the lead and follow up, so that she managed to schedule the appointment. Then after that we passed to Rin in charge to block the buyer to view the house, do all the viewing, and then finally she managed to get the booking.
Right. So in your business, there are separate roles that other people are playing.
Yes, correct.
Right. Why do you all decide to do that? Why do you all decide to cut into different? So it's a very teamwork-based business, right?
Yeah.
Why do you all do it that way?
Because I think this is the way. I mean, no need one person go and do all works from A to Z. So I feel that it's more easier, not so tiring.
Right. And is there a reason why you all outsource the calling part or the following up part to someone else?
Yeah, because actually for certain project, like normally I will observe in the team who will in charge of the project, because not every rents, because the rent also they will go and pick what project they like. So for those agents, I feel that they no confidence with this project, so I will not select them as an agent, because yourself also no confidence to sell this property. How you want to go and sell this to the buyer? So that for this project, actually I only choose 2%. Rin is one of that, or sure, and then there's another one is called Rafida. So that two of them I selected, just focus on this project.
Right. And Rin, boleh terangkan or explain your experience in this transaction? How did you feel, and what are some of the things that happened during the MCO time?
Okay, untuk masa macam nak I close this one sebab okay, sebenarnya kes ni ada juga dia punya cabaran. Actually, lepas mereka dah pass leads pada I, and then I bawa pergi viewing. Datuk ni actually dia dah view 3-4 rumah macam tu, and then ada satu je type yang berjenis yang macam banglo punya semi-D tau. And then semi-D yang banglo ni tinggal satu je, and then dia dah book. Bila dah book, I pun dah very happy apa semua, I nak proceed loan. Tiba-tiba esoknya developer call I cakap yang this one dah double book, and then kata ada orang lagi awal pada Datuk dah book di unit. And then I pun discuss baik-baik dengan mereka. I cakap yelah Datuk memang nak sangat unit ni, and then unit pun tinggal satu, and then developer decide siapa yang dapat loan approve dulu, so unit ni dia punya. So I pun cuba sedaya upaya nak buat loan dia pun ada cabaran dia juga, sebab masa MCO bank ni banyak sangat dia punya dia ada tukar-tukar jugalah rules dia kan. So actually kita pun bantu Datuk sampai dia sign kita dapat dululah unit ni, and then terus sign masa lockdown. Yeah.
Right. Sepanjang pengalaman ini what are some of the good things that you feel about working in this team? And do you think by yourself can you achieve what you have achieved last year and this year? Would you be able to achieve this by yourself? Like you say last year dapat 30 juta, tahun ini 6.5 juta. So that's about a 40 million sales in 2 years, right? Kalau buat sendiri boleh tak? And if cannot, why do you think this team has helped you? And how have they helped you?
Okay, kalau untuk buat kalau pada I dengan Vivien dengan Wing, I dah buat lebih kurang dalam 3 tahun. I start actually sebelum sebelum kita join, sebelum ni kan kita tak ada sistem KW, tapi I dah join mereka, tapi masa tu belum ada Esteem lah. Just like macam untuk kalau untuk I takkan dapat capai macam tahun-tahun sebelum ni, I takkan dapat capai kalau I tak bekerja dalam satu teamwork. Kalau seorang-seorang, you takkan boleh nak buat call, you takkan nak boleh buat viewing, you takkan boleh buat everything semua.
Right. And what are some of the things that has helped you? What do you think this team has helped you to become that kind of producer that you are right now? What are some of the things that the team has done to support you?
Okay, firstly kalau dalam team ni mereka tak pernah tinggalkan seorang-seorang. So kalau macam I have any issue, macam mana nak handle client, so editing, macam mana ada problem apa-apa, kita dalam teamwork, kita dapat advice daripada, kita dapat discuss and then dapat, sebab dalam satu team ni, apa-apa masalah, kita dapat bincang together, right? So I dapat opinion daripada Vivien, so untuk I, teamwork sangat penting lah dalam kerja, right?
Right. Can you explain to us some of your communication experience? Cara berkomunikasi, how is it like? How do you all find a way to respect each other? Sometimes you'll come from different backgrounds, different thinking, different mindset, right? And also sometimes you got differences, right? How do you all communicate effectively?
Okay, kalau untuk communicate, biasanya, so kalau I dengan ni, macam I cakap sebelum ni dah dekat almost 3 tahun macam tu, tapi yang paling penting kena ada trust, kena ada kerjasama. So yang paling penting sekali responsible. Bila orang dah fast, kita dalam satu teamwork, bila kita dah dapat leads tu, you kena ada tanggungjawab yang you akan closekan benda tu. So macam I akan buat macam tu sebab yelah, kita masing-masing ada ada tanggungjawab masing-masing. So kadang-kadang I buat call and then lepas tu I bawa pergi viewing. So tapi I kena tahu juga, and then cuma macam kadang-kadang kita sekarang dah tak sempat kan. So kita kena tahulah responsible kita macam mana nak buat.
So you're all very clear with the roles, very clear with the responsibility, very clear with the standards, very clear with the expectation and commitment. So thank you for sharing. Vivien, how about you? What are some of the things that you think as a team is important for you all to be able to drive the kind of production that you're doing right now?
Yeah, okay. From the platform owner perspective, I think we need to hold everyone in the team member accountability so that they will feel like team is around and they wouldn't feel they feel not alone. So that
Right.
okay, we also will help one another to grow. I think this is a win-win for everyone. And then the trust also very important.
Right. How do you build trust? Like trust is like a very difficult thing to build, right? It's not something that overnight I will trust you all like that, right? Well, what are some of the things that has helped you all to build trust with each other?
Normally I don't, because normally I don't care how this one. Normally I will like I trust them first, right? I trust them first. I do whatever like let's say, even though you see Vivien joined us in 2018, and then because by the time she came in and said want to join our project, so even though she is from Shah Alam, but then she come to join my project, but then I just like teach everything I know, right? So then just I got no I mean I teach everything and then whatever that means
yeah, so basically you trust that person first,
yeah,
right?
Correct.
Trust them first, right? You just
yes.
give them all you can so that they can be a better agent in this particular project before you even think about what they can do, right? So you just give first.
Yeah.
So I think one of the key things that I think leadership has to be clear is learning to trust someone is beginning with us. We start to trust someone first before we expect people to trust us, right? So I think that's the exchange. Can you share with us how you hold the team accountable? Because it sounds to me, team members like Azzreiyn, they are very, very disciplined. They are very committed to make sure every lead is very valuable, right? The way I hear lead, every lead is like gold for us, right? So if you miss out the lead, right, I will feel responsible that I didn't do my part to make sure that the lead gets the best opportunity to close the transaction. So Vivien, can you help us understand how you hold everyone accountable in the team?
Okay. Sorry again.
How do you hold people accountable in the team? How do you help them make sure that they are doing what they're supposed to do on a daily, weekly basis?
Oh, okay. So for every member, right, who join our team, normally myself and Wing will give them chance, all right, because they come in with zero knowledge, right? So that if they want to do our project, they must the basic knowledge they must know, right? How to do all this, and then so for Rin, actually, like we will tell them what to do from the step to step, right? But then of course they must got the very good mindset.
Right.
Very good mindset.
Right. What's the
That's
kind of mindset you expect them to have?
At least they must know, okay, you want to do this business. I mean, let's say, for example, they, whatever business we want to do, we of course we need to come up with some capital, right? So when then they want to come to do this business, and then they want to get everything free, but they want to earn something from there. So it's impossible.
Right. So that means they must be clear when they come and join this team. This is the cost that you have to put in. This is the time that you have to put in. You make it clear to them, right? Right. What if so give me an example today. If you give a lead to Rin and Rin didn't follow up, what would you do? And I know she will follow up. What would you do? If you didn't follow up the lead, what would happen?
Yeah, normally Wing will put in the Google Sheet, every lead put in, then they will update from there. So like sometimes we will check from there, see what is their comment after they follow up with the clients.
Right. So basically their whole activity is very transparent in the Google Sheet.
Yeah,
so whenever
very transparent.
Yeah, Rin will say, I have done this, I've called this. Another agent will say, I've done this and I call this. What happens if those agents don't update that Google Sheet? What will happen to them?
Don't update, then we will call them, remind them why you haven't updated yet. So sometimes they will say, oh, because my computer or something or what, so that we will observe. Let's say this attitude still remain, then sometimes we will stop to giving the lead first until they get the work done. Then we only will give lead.
Right. Okay. I'm going to ask Rin this question, right? Rin, so those following up, putting the database, updating the Google Sheet, all that, right? It's really sometimes quite leceh, it's quite difficult, and it's sometimes a lot of work, right? But why do you think it's important for you as a team member to update those database accordingly so that you all follow a certain standard to follow up? Why do you think that's important for you all?
Okay, so bila I start dalam real estate ni, I memang start terus buat untuk project marketing. And then I tengok contoh Vivien dengan Wing. So I nampak mereka ajar I disiplin. So macam mana nak buat sales. So I tahu kalau I tak ikut apa yang mereka advise, I takkan dapat achieve apa yang I buat sekarang.
Right. So
banyaknya fail sebab disiplin.
Right. You nampak mereka yang jadi satu contoh kepada kamu lah. You see them as a role model, right?
Yes.
How has this helped you in your business? Is this one of the major things that has helped you to do well in your business?
Sorry?
Is this effort of updating your database, following up, has this been a major important thing that's helped you in your business?
Ya, betul. Kalau I tak update, I takkan dapat tahu untuk follow up. Tapi sekarang, itu masa cara manual kita buat. Okay, macam sekarang, yang lagi good, kita ada KW system. So, dekat situ, kita boleh tahu, kita just letak dekat dalam tu, and then nanti kita boleh buat remind untuk leads ni nak kena buat apa untuk hari ni. Leads yang this one kena buat apa, call ke, remind dia, touch or anything. So, tapi bila ada KW ni lagi senang lah untuk I buat. Yeah.
Right. So this is you lah. Okay. Is there anything else besides updating your database and all that? How has the team supported you? Do they speak to you? Do they understand your personal goal?
Yeah. Sorry.
Does the team or the leaders in the team, do they understand your personal goal? Do they understand why you must achieve what you must achieve?
Ya, betul. Kalau untuk dalam teamwork ni, kita akan tahu untuk kenapa kita kena buat macam ni untuk achieve kita punya goal. So kenapa satu hari I kena kerja berapa jam untuk achieve this one. So actually it's very important lah untuk achieve my goal, right?
How has this helped you before real estate and now? Does it change the way you behave as a human person? Does it help you to become a better mother? Are you using some of the things that you have here to help with your own personal life?
Ya betul, sebelum ni I memang tak ada masa sangat, kerja 8 sampai pukul berapa, kalau import export ni kadang-kadang kita sampai lebih pada pukul 6 pun. And then di satu limit income, and then I bukan daripada background sales sebelum ni. So bila I sekarang masa kita, walaupun masa kita boleh arrange, tapi discipline tu tetap kena ada. Yeah.
Right. So that's helped you. Vivien, who holds you accountable? Like you hold Rin accountable, right? Who holds you accountable?
Wing.
Okay, so tell us a bit about that that relationship between you and Wing. How does Wing hold you accountable?
Yeah, okay. I joined, we set up this actually in 4 years ago. I got this project, so that I go and call Wing. We do together with the project because I know Wing very good in computer, Facebook, all these things. But then, frankly speaking, I'm not the tech person, so that the one is really a very big challenge for me. So that we start from there, do together with the project, and then so that from there until now we already 4 years just in doing project. And then like for all this, from he also push me like sometimes I got problem. Of course, I need to tell him, right? Because we cannot wait like your leader go and call you every day. How are you doing? All this, like Rin also same thing. Like she got problem, she sure will call me or Wing. Vivien, I got this problem. If you keep quiet, then we don't know, right? So it's same thing to me. So that from there, Wing also like, I feel that the way he got his own formula and his very good system. So that all this few years, and then sometimes he will update. He very good in doing all this job.
Right. Right. So he does the back end stuff.
Yes.
The marketing stuff, the managing of the database, coming out with the strategic approach at the back side, and then you are focusing on the agent front end.
Marketing.
Yes. The client side, you are focusing on that side. So you can see that it's a very clear role that everyone's playing, and it's playing based on the strength, right?
Strength, yeah, correct.
All based on strength, right? So whatever weakness you have, Wing covers for you. Whatever weakness you have, Wing covers for me. And whatever weakness Wing has, you cover for her. So it's a very good relationship, right? When you have a team that clearly knows what their strength and their weaknesses are, and they kind of merge together to become a formidable force, right? I don't know how about you guys, but how many of you today are hoping to see that if you can build a team around yourselves, right? To look at the strength and your weaknesses, and some people with the strength that you don't have is supporting you in your business. How would that business look like? So moving forward, Vivien, what are some of the plans for 2022 as we are entering the end of the year? Focusing, I know you're trying to hit your goal at 50 million and all that. You are about 50% short, and I think the market is open up. There's an opportunity for this right now. But moving forward, what are some of the aspirations and some of the opportunities that you want to focus for the team right now in 2022?
Because we have been handling the project for 4 years, so that I found that, like just now what I mentioned is we got the very good formula and the system, so that can be grow in our business, so that I will continue to do it for the rest of the years. And then for the 2020, actually I will start to do recruitment again to expand our team.
Right. So you're looking at recruitment, expanding your team with more people. That's what 2022 goal. Okay.
Yes.
Rin, how about you? Apakah aspirasi Rin dalam tahun 2020? 2022. Sorry ya, bahasa Melayu saya ni kurang tepat sikit lah. Minta maaf ya. what are some of your aspirations or what are some of your goals in 2022 as you move into 2022? How are you going to plan your business accordingly?
Okay, I plan, okay, untuk yang macam sekarang, I still continue untuk lead gen, untuk preparation juga untuk for the next, and then untuk sekarang I lebih fokus pada team untuk project team yang ada lah, right?
Right. Okay. And in 2022, are you expecting to do better than 2021?
Yeah.
Okay, because the market is open up, everyone got vaccine, it's a bit safer right now. You are ready to go out to the market, right? Guys, if you're learning something today, please press 3 on the chat box. If you have any questions, please put it in the chat box and ask any questions. I hope this has inspired you to think about being part of a team or creating a team for your own business, right? And building relationships or building collaboration opportunities, because that's how you are hearing both of these candidates or both of these agents here who are playing their business at a very high level, right? Very, very high level. You're talking about 30, 40, 50 million kind of mindset that they are building their business. So hitting R1 million is not impossible for them, right? Any questions that you want to ask both Rin and Vivien right now? Any last questions before we end the day today? Anyone? Ada apa-apa soalan tak? Right. While we are waiting for that, maybe Marcus, can I have the announcements, please? Then I'll come back to Reid and Vivien about their last thoughts. Right. So we are continuing our training now. The wing they're talking about is Lee Wing Fong that will be doing a training on Wednesday to just give us an update on the first half of 2021, where the NAPIC report was released. I think a few weeks ago, a couple of weeks ago, and this is an update on what has happened in the first half, and he's going to go through a run through about the data, right? So I always enjoy the sessions that Wing does about data when it comes to the market outlook. So he always gives a very good perspective to help shape the way we behave and think, right? Next slide, please. Right, so Age Property Spotlights, we have 20 out of 46 last week. Let's keep focusing on driving that story of our listings into this particular digital newsletter that is shown to about 80,000 subscribers, right? Next slide, please. Right, our touch points are still going out every Thursday. Please use this to send out and connect with your clients. Next slide, please. Right, coming back to Reid, and I saw a question just now. Vivien, you mentioned that you have a system and formula for next year. Can you explain a little bit about the system and formula for next year? How is the formula of your business or the system that you are running right now? Is it how Wing does something, you do something, and then Rin does something to achieve the goal? What are some of the formulas or system that you have built in your team?
Oh, okay. So for the formula and the system, that means all this while Wing already said, so that we just follow. So that like just now, maybe Rin do the buyer part. Actually, the one KW command, KW, they also comply that. So we just like, we got a buyer agent and the listing agent, right? So that, and then that's the way.
Right. So basically, someone is in charge of getting the listing and managing the listing, teaching you how to sell the listing. Someone is going out there to show the client, to make sure that the client, like Rin is more like a buyer's client, right? Now helping all the buyers to see and do all the viewings and follow up. And then you are coaching her and helping her as well. And then Wing is doing the marketing. So that's the system you're talking about. I think
correct.
Yeah, just to be clear, it's something that it's hard to do it on your own.
Yes.
I think
so that so that everybody will.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Right. Awesome. You continue.
Go ahead, Vivien said. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
You were saying something just now. Everybody will. What will you say? Right. I think I missed out. So I guess it's where everybody is playing their roles correctly. And when they are playing the roles correctly, that's how the team works, right? So it's something that is very hard if you are doing alone, because when you're doing alone, there's just so many clients you can follow up. There's just so many buyers you can show a day, and you will miss out a lot of opportunities if nobody is lead generating for leads. Nobody is giving you all the leads and helping you to coach you, to help to the buyers, to make sure that you are providing the best service to the buyers, right? So I think the way they break out their team is there's a listing agent, there's a coach, and then there's a buyer's agent that is buying, that's showing the property, right? And following up. So it's basically, Jennifer, you're right, leveraging on the team's strength to close transaction. And that's how, as a team, they can do 30, 40, 50, 60 million sales, where a single agent can be very challenging. And I argue for a single agent to do this, it's not easy. Consistently, and you're hearing them doing things consistently, right? I always remember being shared, or Vivien always shared, like, I've already earned my income for this year. Whatever I'm doing today is to earn my income for next year, right? That's always how they think, right? Because they're thinking ahead already right now. So whatever income they have for this year is because of what they have done last year. And next year is because of what they have done this year, right? So that's how powerful the team is when you are leveraging on each other. Okay, with that, thank you so much, Vivien and Azzreiyn. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for helping us. Is there any last piece of advice that you want to give to our audience? And maybe Azzreiyn, ada apa-apa nasihat nak bagi tahu our audience about our business, right? Any advice that you want to give to them?
Okay. Nasihat okay. Okay, kalau nasihat I just like kalau you dah you kena consistent, discipline, and then ikut kalau macam kalau orang advise you guna coach, kalau coach dah advise ke apa, kena ikut lah. So follow the flow, macam ikut dalam teamwork macam tu. Sorry.
Right. Just follow the team, follow the advice that your coach and the leaders are giving you. How about you, Vivien? Any advice for us as agents here as we enter the last quarter of this year?
Okay, for my thought, if provider for us to sustain and grow in this business, so that I think we must know what is our formula first. I mean the strategy, right? Then besides that, just now I mentioned always mindset is very important. And then you work hard and work smart. So I'm sure you'll get what you want from here, right? So I always tell myself nothing is impossible.
Right.
So everyone can do it. Huh?
Thank you, Vivien. Thank you so much for their genuine sharing. You can see their sharing is simple but genuine and powerful and effective. And I think what Vivien end that conversation just now is figure out what's that formula that works for you. If you don't have that formula, right, it's hard for you to follow through with certain things. With that, guys, I hope this has been a very helpful and a good session. I hope that this session will kick off your mind in thinking and stimulate the way you think about your business, that we shouldn't run our business like a solo agent anymore. We should think about being part of a team or forming a team or leveraging on others in order for us to do well in our business. Thank you so much, Vivien and Azzreiyn. I wish you all the best, that you'll hit your goals in 2021 and 2022. Thank you very much. So the rest of you guys, we'll see you on the next training. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, John. Thank you, everyone.